Anybody here from Indiana? Well, welcome to the Wabash and Erie Canal.
Do I want to admit that?
That's okay. Welcome to the Wabash and Erie, because this is what this was originally. It's part of the Wabash Canal, and it would link Indiana to Lake Erie. So welcome.
Thank you.
Now, we're going to be taking a trip back in time for the first half of our journey. We're going back to the year 1876. Now, we could have gone back a lot farther than that, because boats were going through right where you're going to be riding through that lock that you're going to be going through in 1839. Now, that's when they opened the canal from Providence to Maumee City. And that lock that you're going to be going through, that is the original lock. It's the same lock they were going through back then, 1839, except for the big lock gates. Those aren't original. Those only last about 10 years. Ours are 12 years old. They should have been replaced 3 years ago, but those things happen. They still work, so we always keep our fingers crossed. But those are not original. And they'll tell you a little more about this on the boat, but the water comes in and out and goes out in the lock because of what they call wicket gates or paddles. And those are gates that are under the water. You can't see them, they're always underwater. And when we pull the handles up on top, those wicket gates turn sideways and let the water in and out. Let's see, now five of those 8 wicket gates that we have are from the 1800s. We're still using them in this. Originally, when we started here 30 years ago, all 8 of them were from the 1800s. They were using them. And so anyway, it is a historic place. They'll tell you more about it on the boat. But my point here is, we could have gone all the way back to 1839 on our trip, except for one thing. There seems to be a railroad bridge over the other side of the hill. They didn't put a bridge in there until 1876. So if we'd gone back any farther in 1876, we'd have a hard time explaining what that thing was for, because it wasn't there. So 1876 it is. Now, the most important thing for you folks to remember about 1876 is, if you ask us a question, and we like to answer questions, but if you ask us a question in 1876, you're going to get an 1876 answer. And I can guarantee you it is not the answer you're looking for. So, best thing is, wait till we get back to the present day and ask your questions, and you can be assured of a good answer. Now, I don't know if these folks are riding with us or not. That's okay. That's okay. We're on schedule now. So, we do have some rules. We would like you to sit in the front of the boat. Now, that's a practical thing for us, because the back of the boat is already really heavy with the tiller and rudder and so forth. And if we get some extra weight in the front, that helps to even things out, makes it easier for the mules to pull the boat, makes it easier for us to steer the boat, which is especially good on a day like this where it's windy, in all the wrong places, like going into the lock and under the bridge, things like that. So we need every little bit of help we can. That does not mean you can't get up and walk around a little bit. You can do that. We're not a full boat, so if you want to do that, that's fine. We just ask that you keep your heads and your hands inside the boat, especially when we're in the lock, because, well, they'll explain it to you out down there, but it's much more dangerous to have your hand or your head outside the boat in the lock than it is out here. A lot of you are going to be wanting at one time or another to be standing in the open bow of the boat and watch the canal from that perspective, and that's okay, you can do that. There is one thing that you need to remember, well, 2 things you need to remember. One is, there's going to be one of our lines, one of our ropes down there on the front deck. That's one of our mooring lines. It has to be there, so just be careful. We don't want you to step on it wrong and twist an ankle. The other thing is, we turn around twice. We turn around down there, and we turn around over here. And when we turn around, we take that big heavy waterlogged tow line and pull it up on top of the boat and flip it over the bow stem. Sometimes we miss. And if we miss and you're standing down there, you're going to get hit with that rope. And it's not going to hit you hard enough, even though it's heavy and waterlogged. It's not going to hit you hard enough to give you a lump on the head, but it is going to be uncomfortable, and it'll cover you in canal water, and you'll go around smelling like the canal for the rest of the day, and nobody wants that. So, best thing to do when You see the mules turn around. You're standing up there. You see those mules turning around.
I don't have a hair tie. Do
Take
you want it up when we get back home?
Back so you have
Oh,
a
I'm
roof
just
over you.
putting my hair up.
And then
like
when we've
this.
completed the turnaround, you can step
I
back.
just want to do this, Daddy. I
it's
do
just
not
that
need
simple.
it up.
And
Okay.
I know I'll probably,
Now, this is
if
when
you're
I'm
out there,
do that,
I'm
and
going to
let
be
it go to
tossing
make it
lines today,
go
so
all back here.
I'll probably let you know a little bit earlier than that you need to step back. That's just so I can get in position and I know everything's clear out there. Same thing down here. Basically, when we pass under this bridge, it's about 45 seconds until the rope flies. But you'll see the mules turn around up there, and that's your last cue. Let's see, that, the hands, and all that. I guess that's it. I can't think of anything else. But while we're waiting for maybe one or two more people. And before we walk down there, I'm going to play part of a song that tells you a little bit about the Maumee and Erie Canal. I'm only going to sing 4 quick verses because, canal songs sometimes tended to get kind of long. And I know you'd rather ride the boat, and so would I. From Lake Erie down to the Ohio River, pulled along by 2 mules at 4 miles an hour, bringing commerce and settlers to the western frontier on the Maumee and Erie Canal. We've been on the canal for 2 days or 3, going up to Lake Erie from Cincinnati. We paid 3 cents a mile for the ride and some eats, while the mules rested midship in their very own suite. We were told of the navvies who worked with shovels and picks for 30 cents a day to dig this big ditch. They cornbread and beans washed down with some whiskey, and they lay down to sleep in their small wooden shanties. They dug this canal, it was 40 feet wide, then cleared out the towpath 10 feet on each side. There were 103 locks that took the boats up and down. They were pulled by 2 mules, just poked along. Are you ready to take a trip back in time with us?
Yeah.
All right, then follow me.
You want to see that? Good day to you, folks.
Howdy,
Welcome aboard the volunteer.
Volunteer.
Thank you.
As long as you paid us, right? Okay.
Your supper, and that might be something you can join in with the folk up there, and we'll have quite a fine time with that. But that's our washboard. Now, Mr. White, I believe you met Mr. White a bit ago. You may have seen him walking across the top side there on the catwalk. Mr. White is handling our lines for us today, so he'll be throwing ropes and hither and yon. And when I tell you that he's handling our lines, no one throws a line quite like Mr. White.
Hi, I rate this park a 1 out of 1.
What about the canal boat?
I rate the canal boat a 5 out of 5.
Haley?
I rate the canal boat a 10 out of 10. And I rate the playground a 10 out of 10.
Rate the playground.
A 6 out of 10.
What about the canal boat?
8 out of 8. Daddy, let's say what we write this spinny thing.
What?
Let's say what we write that